Hi, and welcome to this video on how to import a trial balance into Account Fusion. You'll see here on this first screen everything is blank. This is a brand new database we're just transferring to Account Fusion, and we want to make our numbers from last year populate in Account Fusion so that we can compare our last year's numbers to this year's numbers in our reports. So how do we do that? You import a trial balance. So by clicking on Setup in the top right, and we go to the import feature, we'll see a couple of things we can import. And this will be the same for process for uploading your customers and your vendors into the system as well. But we'll see specifically trial balance. And we notice account, description, debit, and credit are the four headings of our columns that we'll need. And we also note that says the trial balance must balance to 0. So for those unfamiliar with the trial balance, what it is it lists all of your accounts and the account number associated with them, and then it will give whether the amount or the balance in that account, for example, has a debit or a credit balance. So I'm going to pull up a trial balance I have here, and this is from our old accounting system that we exported it. So we'll notice a couple of things. First, we've already formatted this into that format that I had described. So we have account, description, debit, and credit. And so what we'll want to do now, and this is a process that you'll need to do with your accounting team, is map the accounts to make sure that all of these accounts exist in Account Fusion. So while we're going through here, we're going to notice that a couple of them might be different, or maybe a couple of them don't even exist in Account Fusion right now. So for example, this 1240 reconciliation clearing account. Let's go see if we have that in Account Fusion. So what we do is we go to Account Fusion, we go to Advanced, and click on Accounts. You'll see this is our chart of accounts, our default chart of accounts in Account Fusion. So we're going to 1210, 1220. Oh, 1240 doesn't exist. So we have two options. One, we could switch this to match whatever account may be similar within Account Fusion. So if we go down, we'll show you in a later example, commissions income exists in Account Fusion. However, the account number is not 4100. So we would just need to switch that number. But for this example, our reconciliation clearing account doesn't exist in Account Fusion. So what we'll want to do is click plus new account, and we'll do 1240. The description will be reconciliation clearing account. The purpose to reconcile our clearing account. Our type, we noticed it was an asset, and our subtotal, we'll want to double check this, but it's current assets / accounts receivable. And then we'll click Save. Once again, this is where accounting knowledge comes into play. To know what a current asset is and to know what an accounts receivable category is. You want to make sure that numbers in the same range are all in similar subcategories and detail categories. For example, we wouldn't want to make an expense account in the 1200s like we just did. The expense accounts come at a much later number. So now that we've added that, we're good to go. So we would continue to review, make sure, okay, petty cash matches up. Let's just double check that. Petty cash 1000, we're good to go. Now you're going to do that process for every one of these accounts. The last one we want to note is commission income. Let's go check our commission income number and make sure it's right. So we've done the rest, we get down. Oh, commissions income is 4000 in Account Fusion. So we're going to want to switch commissions income instead of 4100, which was what the account number was in our previous account system, to 4000. And then we'll do this one more time. Let's check out agent commission costs. We've gone through, and you're going to do this for every single one. I'm just highlighting ones that I know are different in my trial balance. So we're going to agent commission costs. Let's make sure that's good to go. Oh, agent commission costs is 5000. We'll need to switch that because it's 5100 in our previous trial balance. So we're going to go to 5000. So this is what you'll do, and you'll need to make sure the descriptions match up, the account numbers match up, and once we get to the debit and credit, these should be 100% accurate, the account number and the description. So now, the last thing it said is make sure your debits and your credits equal. Well, I've done a little sum here at the bottom to verify that, and it looks like they do equal each other. So we're good to go. We can delete this, and we are ready to upload our trial balance into Account Fusion. So let's go back to Setup and go to Import. And you'll notice that it says Import file must be a tab delimited text file. So when you go to File and Save As, you'll want to make sure that the Save As type is text tab delimited. And then you will click Save. So here we are ready to import. Let's go ahead and review our text file to make sure that it is accurate and that there's no weird errors appearing. So I went ahead and pulled up our test trial balance test file that I just barely saved as a text tab delimited, and this is what it looks like. So it looks good. We've got our account numbers, our description. There's nothing weird going on. Don't worry about the commas. But it looks like this is good to go. So let's go ahead and import this into Account Fusion. So now that we're back at the import data, we're going to want to select text file, our company, Lakeview Realty, the type, the trial balance, and once again note this is the exact same for customers and vendors. So if you want to upload your customers and vendors, it's the exact same process, but you'll just be doing a contact list with these column headings instead of the trial balance that we just did. And the export date. So you're able to import trial balances, and please refer to the accounting manual for more information on this, but trial balances can be uploaded in whatever number and period that you would like. So in this scenario, we want to upload our December 31st trial balance that was for 2018. So our trial balance for all of 2018, and the books have been closed, so we know that these numbers are accurate. You can do this month by month. You can do this up until your go live date. So if today was April 1st, we may want to upload a trial balance once our books have been closed from our old accounting system. We may want to upload a trial balance that is accurate as of March 28th or 29th or the end of the month, whatever that may be for your specific year. So just note that the export date is what will date those entries to make sure as of, for example, March 31st, the trial balance we're uploading is accurate. So just keep that in mind, that that's what you'll want to do for the export date. This is whatever the trial balance covers. So once again, that trial balance was for all of our 2018 numbers, January 1st, 2018 to December 31st, 2018. Our books have been closed, and we want to import this for reporting purposes to compare our numbers of this year to last year. Once again, you may want to do this for a trial balance of March 31st, so you don't have to go and manually enter all of the receivables and expenses for this year, but rather you can have that report generated very quickly and easily instead of having to do that process. So we're ready to go. 12/31/2018, our trial balance. Let's import the file. We'll select trial balance test, our text file, and our file has been uploaded successfully. So let's go make sure. Let's go to our advanced, go to journal entries, and wow, it looks like we have our trial balance import. We'll go in here, you see the debits and the credits, so our reports are all going to be accurate for, our operating, our expenses, our income for that year. Those are all now in our system for us to compare. Now you'll note something interesting. Because we uploaded this on December 31st, 2018, the system will automatically reverse this trial balance, which is a normal accounting procedure. At the beginning of the year, you usually reverse the trial balance that you've imported so that your numbers are now reset for the current year. Now, you'll want to note that this was only done because in our setup, under companies, we have our last year end as December 31st, 2018. If it was not this date, then that would not have automatically reversed. So you'll want to make sure that the last year end that in the company setup is the last year end that actually has occurred. So December 31st, 2018, we did this in the initial setup, so our import correctly reversed. So now that we have our trial balance imported, we would be able to go in and view all the different reports that are necessary for us to compare to this year's numbers. Once again, thank you for watching. If you have any other questions, please refer to our accounting manual or view our other videos. Thanks.